Hello my dear student, how are you? So today we discuss a very important chapter, that is the control and coordination, and today is a day 3 for this chapter, control and coordination. And in the day 3 we have discussed a very important topic, that is the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Mainly we discuss about the central nervous system and their parts. Mainly we discuss about the brain. So today is a very interesting class. So all of the students are welcome to our special class. Shayan, Cinderella, Shatanik, Aniket, Shorashish and Gaurav, Rastif, Anubhav, Shubham, Shudipto, Dishari and Shomajit, Samriddhi, Indrila, Ankon, Devarun, Samriddhi, Shomoyitto, Shutanu, Srijita, Devolina and Nirupama, Ishan, Krishnashish, Arushi, Shouresh, Roshmi, Promit, Devarko, Shaptarshi, Shomajit and Kaushani. All of you are special warm welcome. So today our topic, that is the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So today we ultimately complete the human nervous system. So very important part are completed into our today's class. So at first we discuss the nervous system. Already you know that is the most important coordination system is there in the human body, that is the nervous system. In the nervous system, you know it is the main two types. One is the central nervous system, another one is the peripheral nervous system. Shoresh, in the central nervous system, the two parts is there. I think you know, that is the brain and spinal cord. This is the most important part. Without brain and without spinal cord, the human beings cannot survive. Also, the peripheral nervous system has a very important function. Still now, central nervous system is like most and most important. Every origin and every portion of the central nervous system is very important to your body. So, central nervous system, they have the two parts, brain and spinal cord. Arushi, clear? Response in the live chat. In the peripheral nervous system, it is has the two parts. One is the autonomic nervous system, another is the somatic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system, that means communicates with the internal organs and glands automatically. So it is called the autonomic nervous system. On the other hand, somatic nervous system, it is communicates with sense organ and the voluntary muscles. So it is called the somatic or nervous system. Autonomic nervous system, it is the two types. One is the sympathetic, another is the parasympathetic. In some situation, like our heartbeat are increase, due to automatically our heartbeat are increase due to the function of the sympathetic nervous system. But when the problem are solved, the heartbeat came down and they are normalized. How it is possible in your body? By the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is the two type of nervous system that is autonomically act on your body. On the other hand, somatic nervous system has the two different way. One is the sensory or afferent nervous system, by which a sensory input are happening in your sense organ to the CNS. On the other hand, motor or efferent nervous system, that means it is a motor output, which is giving the signal to your body organs to participate or relay to its signals. So this is our nervous system, right? So we discussed that central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system autonomic and somatic, and autonomic is sympathetic and parasympathetic. Like this in chart form. After the class is finished, all the students please write down as a note. This chart is very important. Now today we discuss a very interesting topic, that is the human brain. Human brain, they have mainly the three regions. But you know the human brain is a very delicate organ, so it is required the protection. So cranium, this is a bony structural part, it is ultimately covered the brain and give the protection. Not only the cranium, another one important part is there, that is called the membrane of the brain. It is called the meninges. It is covered the brain. This is the meninges. Clear? Promit? Meninges. Right? This is also very important in your class. Meninges, that is the outer covering of the brain. It have also the 3-layer via matter. Let's discuss in some later part. But the brain, they have the 3 important regions. One is the forebrain, another is the midbrain, another is the hindbrain. And you can notice that the forebrain, they have the most important this region. This is called the cerebrum. Corpus callosum, that is the most important regions. Thalamus also be there in the forebrain structure. And this one is the midbrain. Depend like the junction between the forebrain and hindbrain. And the hindbrain, they have the cerebellum, medulla oblongata, and the pons region. So this is the different parts of the human brain. But categorically, we have defined the total structure into the 3 parts. That is the forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Clear? Okay. So brain, the 3 parts is there: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain, they have most important region of the brain. They have the cerebrum. Another one, thalamus, hypothalamus. All is the part of the forebrain. So forebrain is the most important part of your brain. And midbrain just junction between the 2 parts. That is the forebrain and the hindbrain. And the hindbrain, you have also cerebellum. This one is having cerebellum, pons regions, and the medulla oblongata. There is a 3 important regions. Cerebellum, right? Not the cerebrum. Cerebellum. In here the mistake is there. Cerebellum, right? So now we discuss the different parts and their function. Because all the different parts have a particular function. Like that, cerebrum. Cerebrum is the most important part, and they have control the movement. Also some motor control system it is also be called. And another one important function of the cerebrum, this point mainly, the concentration, planning, problem solving, this is controlled by this region of the cerebrum. And this region of the cerebrum is control of your speech. How your speech? And you know the different speech format or technique is there, but it is controlled by this region of the cerebrum. Cerebrum also have a sensation point in here. This is the smell. If you have seen some smell, by this help of this region of the cerebrum. Also some facial recognition. If you just entered the class, our brain recognize that you are the Arushi. How you recognize in our brain? By the cerebrum. Another one, another important function, that means in here, these portions of the cerebrum, it is control the touch or the sensation or pleasure. And this region of the cerebrum is responsible for taste. Another one, this one is ultimately responsible for the hearing, and this one is ultimately important for your vision. So that is the different parts of the cerebrum. So cerebrum control the different function, like the facial recognition, smell, speech, concentration, planning, movement, touch, taste, hearing, and vision. So lots of the different functions is carried out by the cerebrum. And now we discuss about the medulla oblongata, and this one also be the midbrain, which is like the junction between, and they relay the message. And in our brain have the 2 regions. One is the right side region, and there is the left side region. Left side region always control the right side function, and right side region they control the left side function. 2 sides is there, so it is called the hemisphere. And 2 hemispheres is there, but how they are connected? Corpus callosum is the important region is there, which is the just connect the two hemisphere, right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. Now the medulla oblongata. This one is the medulla oblongata regions. They control some involuntary actions. This is the some involuntary actions controlled by the medulla oblongata. And now we discuss a very important region, that is the cerebellum. This is the part of the hindbrain, and this one control your balance, posture and the coordination part. So they take also a very important role, and they are called the little brain also. So now in our today's session we discuss a very important topic, that is the structure of the brain, and also discuss the every function of the brain. So all of this function, please you bear in mind, that is very important in the science Olympiad exam, also some other entrance exam also. But how the nervous tissue cause the action, how the action is ultimately generated in our body, how this is transmitted from one part to another, it is by the help of neurons. But neuron is not a single neuron is there. Different neurons are connect together. But in one end of the neurons, a chemical substance is released from one neurons, that is called the neurotransmitter agent. So our nervous impulse conduction is ultimately happening transmission. It is the two type of transmission. Another is the electrical transmission, another one is a chemical transmission. But in here, electrical transmission, the neurotransmitter agent not needed. In the chemical transmission, neurotransmitter agent are needed. This is very fast mode of nerve impulse transmission. It is a slow mode. Impulse are directly transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. But in here, impulse are not directly transmitted from one neuron to another. This is the most important difference between the electrical transmission and the chemical transmission. That's all for the human control and coordination in our CBSE class 10. So now I give some homework. Please write down this question for your homework. At first question, write the difference between the CNS and the PNS. Write the difference between the CNS and the PNS. Next question you write down. Write the different parts of the human brain. Write the different parts of the human brain. Next question you write down. Write the function of the following. Write the function of the following: cerebrum, pons regions, and cerebellum regions. Cerebellum regions. And last question you write down. Write the difference between the electrical transmission and the chemical transmission. Right? So this is the most important some question I given to you as a homework. So I think this is the most important chapter that is discussed in our today class. If any doubts, please do mention in the comment section, right? So Arsi, clear? Shoresh, Romit, Kaushani, right? Very good. So all of the students, thank you very much. Sayan, Cinderella, Shadani, Komaniket, Shoreshish, Gaurav, Rasting, Anubhav, Shobham, Shuditto, Dishari, Shomojit, Andrila, Ankon, Devarun, Shomoditto, Samriddhi, Shutanu, Srijita, Devulina, Nirupama, Ishan, Krishnashish, Arushi, Shouresh, Roshmi, Promit, Devargo, Saptoshi, Shomojit and Kaushani. All of the students I think not in live, but after the live session they also be the watch this class. So in at first I thank you all of the students. Okay, so thank you very much, and wish you the best of luck.